Just another disappointing round of Mamelodi Sundowns performance around and the CAF Champions League. I would say slowly now it's becoming a norm that we should expect less of Mamelodi Sundowns under Miguel Cardoso because I kind of feel like right now we are slowly getting used to it that Mamelodi Sundowns is just gonna play crap. And as fans, as we gotta stay loyal to the club, as plenty would say that Mamelodi Sundowns was there, or as fans we were there before Miguel Cardoso came over to the club. But yeah, like a quick one also, if you've been following me on socials, that I said also it's high time that players also take a huge accountability also with this poor uh, run of Mamelodi Sundowns into the season right now. It's not only the coach, as much as he's the master plan of strategies or he's the head of the table right now of Mamelodi Sundowns football club, but also his players that are playing for this club. I think it's also high time that they also look themselves in the mirror and see what are they doing right for Mamelodi Sundowns and what are they doing wrong for Mamelodi Sundowns. Because we'll blame the coach all we like, but at the same time we gotta point fingers at the players. Chances that they miss, ball rotation that they play, uh, just a combination play. It's not there. It's not clicking, which also as a players you gotta like introspect yourself. You gotta see where you can improve, advise your teammates, whatever thing that can be, as long as the team is going to be progressing in the right direction. But right now, the system of Mamelodi Sundowns is just dead. The identity of Mamelodi Sundowns. I don't remember the last time that we struggled like this in a group just for us to qualify into the of 16 or into your knockout stages. But the way it looks like we might not qualify because there's more pressure on Mamelodi Sundowns going into that game of MC Alger. We were not supposed to draw against that Al Hilal team. Credit to them for playing and making sure that Mamelodi Sundowns gets a point in that game. Against Saint Lupopo, same thing. We were not supposed to draw that game. Mamelodi was supposed to win. If there was that hunger, there was that determination that we need to secure the point. We need to keep the identity of Mamelodi Sundowns. The pedigree that was set way before Miguel Cardoso of Mamelodi Sundowns. This is one of our worst CAF football run. But we can say, some of you, they will say, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish your race. But to me, it's scary with the way that Mamelodi Sundowns is playing that even if we progress into the knockout stages where the real Champions League, as our former coach Peter Msamana used to say, that the real careful football starts in the knockout stages. But the way that Mamelodi Sundowns is playing, I don't see them going far. And it's it's disturbing at the same time that we gotta be going around with calculators, going around with what if, how many goals you must score, all those kind of things. That's not Mamelodi Sundowns that we are used to. Right now, we only have, I would say, a finger into the CAF football. We already lost the the MTN 8 as usual. We lost Carling Black Label. Now we had these three trophies at least for us to compete, which congratulations to them for beating Gomorrah and going through to the next round. But against MC Alger, if Mamelodi Sundowns don't win that game, they just simply out of the tournament. Which MC Alger they can just fight for a draw and then they eliminate Mamelodi Sundowns. That embarrassment also being eliminated by our former coach Rulani Mukwena out of care football. And then we say we have upgraded the coach. It just don't make sense. It just don't make sense because if we lose now this CAF trophy, that still means we only left with the net bank and the league that we also underperforming in the league. We gotta chase now Orlando Pirates in making sure that we retain our trophy and win that league for the ninth time in a row. But the way that things are not convincing for Mamelodi Sundowns is going to be interesting how we are going to play going forward. I was, for one, that I was advocating that I wish Orlando Pirates can be ahead of us so that Mamelodi Sundowns can chase the league maybe. It will create some spark amongst the players, the identity of Mamelodi Sundowns coming back with us now chasing the league, making sure that we gotta collect maximum points. We gotta have that drive, that motivation, that hunger that Orlando Pirates might take this league if we don't perform to our utmost best as usual. We signed players, we released players, we tried a lot of combinations, implemented a lot of style of play, which we can see it don't work. Why don't we go back to our own identity and making sure that we fight for this trophy? Mamelodi Sundowns, they need another CAF star, but the way it looks, that's a far-fetched dream right now. Which the previous one we can say Miguel Cardoso didn't start that run. Miguel Cardoso came into the knockout stages. That job was already done by Mangoba Mngidi, which it's a great thing also for him, also for Mamelodi Sundowns to see starting a season with Miguel Cardoso. What has it brought us? But also now, as the fans of Mamelodi Sundowns, it's very interesting that the team is inconsistent. We also as fans were inconsistent. This week we are shouting that Miguel Cardoso Waruna. Next week Miguel Cardoso must go, or next game Miguel Cardoso must go. It just don't make sense. That's why I think Miguel Cardoso is gonna stay into the reins of Mamelodi Sundowns, because one week we are screaming his name, the other week we're saying he must leave Mamelodi Sundowns. Which it's us that seems to be not serious also, but putting in pressure into the management of Mamelodi Sundowns. As much as it's their club at the end of the day, but also it's also our club. With our opinions, our views, I think they do matter into Mamelodi Sundowns management. Klope Mutsepe needs to do something about this whole disaster season that's unfolding in front of our eyes. But what can we say? This week, Miguel Cardoso, Waruna. The following week, Miguel Cardoso must go. Even them now, Klope Mutsepe and your sporting director and whoever that's in the board of Mamelodi Sundowns can see that the fans, they're also confused. They don't know what they want. But what can we say? Mamelodi Sundowns, it looks like they just going down spiral. It just don't make sense. How did we get ourselves into this position that we are at? And we gotta say, it's our team. It is our team, but it just don't make sense the way that we are losing the grip of a lot of identity of Mamelodi Sundowns, trophy driven. But yeah, what can we say? Let's see. Against them, say, I'll